Hey everybody, here's the first installment of the Hammond restoration saga. Yesterday a good buddy of mine, Bob Livingston, came up from the Harker Heights area from Killeen to help me service the organ. I don't know how to solder, or I didn't until yesterday, and Bob's really good with electronics, so he came up to give me a hand. But before Bob got here, I got some contact cleaner, sprayed it in the back of the drawbars, worked them really well. That does not work if your bus bars are oxidized or corroded, or if they really need a good scrubbing. You'll have to take the whole thing apart and scrub them by hand like that, but mine weren't scratchy or anything. They just needed a little bit of cleaning, and the contact cleaner also loosened them up so they slide a little more smoothly now. Other than that, I got a citrus degreaser and scrubbed the keys and the rockers and the exterior of the drawbars to get all the gunk off of them because they'd gotten kind of dirty. And now let's take a look at the back. So here you can see all the tools we needed for our repairs. We've got tone wheel generator oil up top, provided by tonewheelgeneralhospital.com. Some contact cleaner, a new power cord, several resistors, a capacitor, quarter-inch output. We also picked up an audio pot a little later. Here we are with the amp pulled out of the cabinet. We're gonna fix the power cord first. Here's an image of under the amp. Everything's in fantastic condition. Everything's clean. There's no leakage from the capacitors. All the wiring is good. So here we are replacing the power cord. This is an image of the new power cord already inserted, but you have to take the old one out first, obviously. So under that little lip of the amp, right below the transformer, there are 3 terminals, and the old power cord is soldered into place on the left 2. So you desolder those, and to get the power cord out, you have to take that little strain relief out first. So you get a pair of pliers and clamp it down. Then you get a second pair of pliers and yank it out, and it's been in there for over 50 years. So you got to really work at it. Then stick the new power cord in, solder them back into place on the previous 2 terminals, and you're good to go. And I don't know why there has never been any information on replacing a power cord on a Spinet online before. I've never found it. Anyway, that's how you do it. It's fairly simple. Next, we fixed the wiring for one of the drawbars. The 4-foot drawbar on the upper manual, the wiring just come off it. It snapped off, so we got all the old solder off, took out the old contact, and soldered it back into place. It's a pretty simple fix. Next, we took the bass pedals off. I'm going to do something with those. I don't know what. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them, but the tone on them is terrible as far as bass goes. And, well, we have a bass player. I don't play the bass. So we took it out. And up in the corner, in the bottom corner of the cabinet, you can see the bass pedal wiring still going up to the tone generator. As you can see in the next image, all of those black wires that run along the edge right next to those the white loom, that black loom is the wiring for the bass pedal. So we needed to desolder all of those, which you can see here. They're all soldered into place right along the row of capacitors up top. More desoldering all the way down the line. And once you've done that, you just yank the cords out. There's also some more cords coming from the bass pedals that are connected to the amp down at a row of terminals on the bottom of the amp, and unfortunately I don't have an image of those, but they're pretty straightforward. You desolder them and take them off, and then the whole thing comes out. Next, we needed to build our line out, because this organ was built just to go straight into the built-in speaker. So we needed a line out, because the built-in speaker, while it sounds good, it doesn't sound that great. Not for our purposes anyway. So I found a schematic for a line out that seems to be fairly reliable and highly recommended, and I'll link to that down below. So here we are assembling our line out box, and then here you can see a nice picture of the finished product. So those are the repairs we made. Next step in the process will be installing some casters on the bottom so we can move it. It's heavy. It also needs a back. and Bob had a fantastic idea for the back, and I don't want to talk about it because it's awesome. It's awesome. So I guess you want to know what it sounds like. I need to thank my dad, my uncle, and Gunner for helping me out with the Blackstar amp. It's fantastic. It's a dream, and so is the organ. So here's what it sounds like. It also has a clean channel. So thanks for watching and stay tuned.